Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my afternoon news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. NBC fires Matt Lauer after complaint over workplace behavior. In a move that shocked the media world, NBC News has fired longtime Today host Matt Lauer, and a news report details multiple stories of harassment. Savannah Guthrie made the announcement at the top of Wednesday's Today show, where Lauer has been an anchor for 2 decades. She said she was informed just moments before going on the air. NBC News Chairman Andrew Lack said in a memo to staff that it was the first complaint lodged against Lauer in his career at the network, but he said, "We were also presented with reason to believe this may not be an isolated incident." Savannah Guthrie said she is heartbroken for Lauer, who she called her partner. And here's a video of what Savannah Guthrie said, and Huda was anchoring the show with her today. Take a look at the video. Take a listen.
Welcome to Today, and Hoda's here with me this morning because this is a sad morning here at Today and at NBC News. Just moments ago, NBC News Chairman Andy Lack sent the following note to our organization. Dear colleagues, on Monday night we received a detailed complaint from a colleague about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace by Matt Lauer. It represented, after serious review, a clear violation of our company's standards. As a result, we have decided to terminate his employment. While it is the first complaint about his behavior in the over 20 years he has been at NBC News, we were also presented with reason to believe this may not have been an isolated incident. Our highest priority is to create a workplace environment where everyone feels safe and protected, and to ensure that any actions that run counter to our core values are met with consequences, no matter who the offender. We are deeply saddened by this turn of events, but we will face it together as a news organization and do it in as transparent a manner as we can. That is the statement from our chairman, Andy Lack, and we just learned this moments ago, just this morning. As I'm sure you can imagine, we are devastated, and we are still processing all of this. And I will tell you right now, we do not know more than what I just shared with you, but we will be covering this story as reporters, as journalists. I'm sure we will be learning more details in the hours and days to come, and we promise we will share that with you. And Hoda, I mean, for the moment, all we can say is that we are heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for Matt. He is my dear, dear friend and my partner, and he is beloved by many, many people here. And I'm heartbroken for the brave colleague who came forward to tell her story, and any other women who have their own stories to tell. And we are grappling with a dilemma that so many people have faced these past few weeks. How do you reconcile your love for someone with the revelation that they have behaved badly? And I don't know the answer to that. But I do know that this reckoning that so many organizations have been going through is important. It's long overdue, and it must result in workplaces where all women, all people feel safe and respected. As painful as it is this moment in our culture, and this change had to happen.
Yeah, it did. This is a very tough morning for both of us. I've known Matt for 15 years, and I've loved him as a friend and as a colleague. And again, just like you were saying, Savannah, it's hard to reconcile what we are hearing with the man who we know, who walks in this building every single day. We were both woken up with the news kind of pre-dawn, and we're trying to process it and trying to make sense of it, and it'll take some time for that.
Yeah, we're processing it with all of you at home. And we promise to to be transparent and be straightforward and continue this important conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay, and there you go on that video from this morning on the Today Show. Later in the day, Vanity published a story detailing 3 women's accounts of Lauer's behavior at NBC. The publication says the story of harassment were combated by friends and colleagues throughout the 2-month investigation. One co-host said Lauer brought her a sex toy with a note about how he'd like to use it on her. Another says he summoned an employee to office, dropped his pants, and showed his penis to her. The third said the host loved to play a cross quiz game, identifying co-hosts he's most like to sleep with. The woman wished to remain unnamed for now. Lauer is the latest high-profile man in media to be brought down by allegations of inappropriate sexual behavior. Just last week, CBS News fired one of its own morning anchors, Charlie Rose, after a report in the Washington Post chronicled years of alleged sexual misconduct on his part. The torrent began when the New York Times and New York reported on allegations against the Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. Since then, actors Kevin Spacey and Louis C.K. have been suspended or removed from projects after allegations against them became public. And other permanent journalists, including Mark Halpern of NBC and Michael Orkis of NPR, have been fired or suspended from their jobs. The firing of Lauer removes one of the most recognizable personalities on television at a time when morning news programs are increasingly important to network news divisions. Guthrie also said she was heartbroken for the woman who accused Lauer of misconduct, noting it's long overdue that women feel comfortable coming forward against abusive men. Hoda, on the set with Guthrie, said she has known Lauer for years and loved him as a friend and a colleague. It's hard to reconcile the man who walks in every day with the person who was identified in the complaint, she said. Lauer, 59, was named a co-anchor of Today in January 1997 after 3 years as the news reader. And that does it for my afternoon news report right here on the Riley King Network. We want to hear from all of you. Please weigh in on this and let us know, what do you think about Matt Lauer getting fired from NBC News? Comment below and let us know. I'll see you back here later on today for the Riley King Newscast. Goodbye, everyone.